Hello, it's me, Cleopatra Wallace, and this is a quick how-to video. As you can see, I have my almanacs. These are from the years past. This is 2017, 2018 was a particularly rough year. As you can see, it has lots its cover. 2019, and then this one is the current year, 2020. So I'm going to show you how to read and how to use one of these almanacs. As you can see, this is the Old Farmer's Almanac, and it's the one I always get, as you can see. This one is a particular one. They were celebrating 225 years in this one. So, let's get into it. First, one of the main things, the usual things people look for is when to plant things or harvest them. So we're going to go straight to the tables. Even though they do have like a lot of, a lot of ads in here, I will say. Like always a lot of home ads. And they have a few jokes sometimes. And, they tell you about the different plants that are in season. Well, not in season, but are, trending. That you can probably find at your local greenhouses and things like that. And as you can see, different flowers, just things pertaining to the natural world, nature. But we are in here today to learn about how to read the tables. And I actually read this was a good article about dwarf tomatoes. Or, because people are starting to grow things in their houses now because I'm not going to say there's not enough space left, but people are starting to have like in-house greenhouses and gardens. I seen some lemon trees that were so cute that were planted in potters out on the porch. And they grew normal sized lemons. All right, to the tables. Now, the one that I use every day, as you can see, there is a calendar in here. Each month has a different page, or two different pages. So we're going to go to June. Okay. So it is June the 29th. Let me try to get it up close enough. So over here is where you can read the date. Like the D stands for, well, actually it was, it's the 28th today. Yes, I'm wrong. Today is the 28th. See there? The almanac's helping already. Okay, so the Sunday is usually marked by D. For some reason, it's always been that way. So we are here on the 28th. If you go over, you can see at 8:25, that is when the sun rises on this day at 8:25, and you keep following this day, and you will see when the sun will set. Yeah, you will see when the sun will set. Now on this day, it says the sun rises at 8:25, and it sets at 12:54, which is kind of odd. But that's what it says. I suppose maybe, I don't know why the hell it says that. Matter of fact, let's go digging into some of the other years. See, this is why you have to keep the other years, because I want to know why are they saying the sun sets at, well, no, actually, that's not the sun setting. Ha ha ha. That's the moon. That was the moon setting key. So, the sun rises at 8:25, and the moon rises at 2:23 on this day. I still want to look into that. I think this is like that midsummer stuff. But let's go back into last year and see what time it said the sunset. On the same day, on the 29th, okay, it has the sun rising. No, actually, Yeah, I apologize. I was reading the wrong chart. Okay. I knew something wasn't right. See, that's why you have to really pay attention. You can't do it fast. I was actually looking at the moon. Okay. So back to today. Okay, right here we are in today. It is Sunday the 28th. The sun rises at 5:10 and the sun sets at 8:25. Now when you go further down here on the chart, this would signify that the moon rises at 1:10 that day, and it actually was set the next day at 12:54 around lunch. Okay, so now that we got the time where the moon and the sun is rising and setting, let's see what else we can find out about this day. Okay, as you go further down, you will see where the sun, it'll show you where it's at. So even though we are in Cancer season, right now today the sun is in Virgo, and as you can see, it has been in Virgo for the last 3 days, and it will continue to be in Virgo for the next 2 days. And I actually seen something that was quite peculiar. Because if you go over here to, it's another chart that only deals with the moon. Okay, now let's find the same day again. Okay, we want June right here. We want June, and then we got to find the day over here. And go over. All right, here's June, and we're on the day. So as you can see, the moon was in Virgo as well, and so was the sun. So if you're Virgo out there in the last like 2-3 days, you should be feeling really, really good about yourself and everything around you. But this table here is nothing but the moon, and as you can see, it says the moon's astrological places and whatever, 2019, 2020. So we have a chart, we have a table that can show you where the sun is, and we can show you where the moon is and what sign it is. Now that is significant because on those days you do really get like an extra boost of energy. Okay, now let's move on with some more of the tables in here. We also have, this is where people will plant, according to the moon phases. And it actually show you what different plant to plant on what day. So we will go to, I think we're so late in the summer, I wouldn't advise anybody to be planting anything, but it's always something to plant year round, just about. Especially if you're in the southern states. So let's see, we are in were we in the 5th? No, we are in the 6th month, so. All right, on here it says on 6/15 through 7/7, and on 6/21 through to July 15th is a good time to plant broccoli. Like it says broccoli, like right up here. If you go down here to this table, right here, you see where it has the, I don't know, my camera is probably terrible, but it kind of has the date. So somewhere up in here it says that this would be a good week to plant broccoli. Now, granted, we're not planting broccoli, but if you are planting something, you can see how this would be useful. So, and on some of the other pages in here we have that if you're having, like, again, with animals and farmer stuff, if you do have animals that are mating or that you're taking to market, that sort of thing, you're breeding, it'll tell you how long they stay, pregnant with the gestation of it. So right here we have a cattle and a cow. Okay, at 1 year a bull is well matured, and the cow is matured at 15 to 18 months. And the period of fertility will last between 10 to 14 years for a cow, and the bull will be fertile between 10 to 12 years. It says the number of females for one male. Do you see there? It actually says one bull one bull, look at there, can impregnate 50,000 cows. I don't know if you can see that, but that actually says 50,000, one bull. Now that's pretty good right there, you know, and good for that bull. Now a goat, on the other hand, a full mature goat, which is known as a buck, can only impregnate 30 female goats. And a female goat is also known as a doe. I didn't know that. Okay, so moving on, down here we got the incubation period of chickens. You know, like the chicken eggs, you know, they had to, after they hatch, 21 days before you know it's ready to either hatch another chicken. Because I think if you have to take those chickens immediately when they lay the eggs, if you're going to, like, use them for eggs. But other than that, they had to stay in their little nest with them, or their little chicken coop or whatever, for 21 days. A duck is 26 to 32 days. A turkey is 28. And, you know, I'm not going to go on and on with telling you all the different ones, but it'll actually even tell you the average lifespan of certain animals, as you can see there. So this here is all about, you know, gestating and mating tables, as you can see at the top where it says that. So, you know, that's good to know. Now, over here we have, like, for all the fishermen, like the best days to go fishing and the times that you should go. And it also tell you, like, a few tips. Like it'll say when the water is still or slightly rippled rather than during a wind. That's a good time to go. When the breeze is from the westerly quarter rather than from the north to the east. And it also tell you the best days to go fishing within that month. Like down here we have a timetable again. See, the best days to go fishing right here will be between June 21st and July 5th. So that's useful to know. And it'll tell you, like, they have how to estimate the weight of a fish. Example, if a trout is 20 inches long and has a 12-inch girth, it is estimated to weigh between 3 to 2 pounds. Who knew? Right? These almanacs are useful for all sorts of things. Now, this is one of my favorite tables to use. It would literally can tell you the best day to do anything you want to do. Like the best day to color your hair. Now, we are in June. So we would like to know, what is the best day to color your hair in June? Right here, as you can see, it says color hair. And we're on the table. Now, June. Right here in June. The best day to color hair is between June the 16th and June the 18th. And it goes on and on. Everything from lay shingles. I'm just going to show you the different list of the things it tells you the best day to do. Begin a diet to gain weight. Begin a diet to lose weight. When to cut your hair to encourage growth. When to cut it to discourage growth. When to lay shingles. When to paint. It even tells you when to go camping. Now, the best days to go camping in June are between the 5th and the 6th. Now, I know you may be thinking, how does it come up with all of these different days? I would guess it has something to do with the animals in the area, the weather, the altitude, and probably the density of the population, and whether it's like a city or a country place. Or, you know, when it comes to like the growth and hair, I guess these are just time-tested things. Like I said in this episode, like, these books have been out for over 200 years. So these are time and tried and true tested methods of dealing with your life, or how to align your life with nature in a way to where you're not always clashing, to where you're able to like flow smoothly with it. Now, also for people who are, you know, try to be up on astrology and things like that with the different signs. As you can see, they show you the chart. Yep, trying to bend it. Secrets of the zodiac. You know, which body part go to which sign. And also the table here that'll tell you which sign and where they were born on. And for those who like gardening by the moon signs. You know, that's some interesting thing. You should prune during the Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or during the waxing moon. Now you may say, how do you know when it's the Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius? That goes back to the previous table, the first one that we looked at, this one, that shows you know where it's at on that certain day. All right. Now, after we get through with the zodiac chart and the moon chart, and they actually even have setting eggs by the moon. And this is the moon's chart right here with it. So you can track things and chart things by the moon and the sun. But also it has the different like time zones. Because there are a lot of different time zones and sometimes it can get confusing. So what it has is like, it has different regions to where it has broken like kind of like, I would say like North America kind of up into groups to where I'm going to go to where I am. I'm in New York. So, you know, this is the northeast. Okay. Now, see, this is like my time zone. And it'll tell me what to expect for that time of year. So, you see, right here we are in June 2020 for the northeast. So, they said the temperature, the average temperature is 67. And that's 2 degrees above average. Precipitation is 2.5 inches. That's 1 inch below average. 1.9 inches, a few showers. Cool, 10 to 17 sunny days. Turning hot, between 18 to 20 days. Isolated thunderstorms, and it's warm. And that has been dead on. We have actually had thunderstorms here in upstate New York, and I can't ever remember having them before. So it kind of, you know, can act as a makeshift weatherman. In a way, like if you're going to a region on vacation and you don't really know how the weather is there, you can look in the Almanac and go to their month in their region, and it'll tell you like kind of a very good estimate. A very good estimate, because I must say that was dead on. All right, now when we get through with the weather region chart, they'll just start telling you how, you know, to read it and things like that. And the different names, because it is an educational book. Like it'll tell you the fear of, like the fear of clouds. See what it's called? Phobias. Like over here they have the list of the different phobias. Oh, here's my pointer. Over to this side, it has the list of the different phobias. And over here is what it's caused by. Like, let's see. It says, the fear of fog is called homochiophobia. The fear of heat is called thermophobia. All sorts of, it's just so many useful things in here. And when you get to looking at all the different charts and things like that, it'll even tell you about the years past. Now, if you don't have the previous almanacs, because I'm just one of those people, I have a hard time throwing books away. But if you don't have the previous years, it has a chart in here where it will tell you what went on the previous years. Like you can see this one here, it's telling you about January in 2019. And this one over here will tell you about November of 2018. You know, last winter's records and things like that. So it is a record within the record. And it'll go on, you know, with a few animal stories and even, you know, a few rules. Like, I don't know, it's like teaching people how to play horseshoes or something, maybe. So there always is some very, very, very useful things. Like it'll tell you some natural pain relievers. And each copy has a different anecdotes in it, as you would call them. And some of them, you know, they have a few jokes in them and things like that. And of course, one of the fun things is to always look in their classified section. because they have like so many psychics and home remedies and things like that. And so you have like a few jokes, like G-rated jokes that you can tell your friends, anecdotes and pleasantries. So it's they are very, very useful books to have. You see the Old Farmer's Store with Curiosity and Oddities. And this here is time corrections, like the exact time difference from each state to state. It's very, 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 it's very detailed. But you can just about get, and it goes on these pages of these time corrections from each, like almost like each county, kind of like in a way. Like the north latitude and the west longitude and the time code zones. And it gets, time simply and specialty. Like this is for like deep weather people. But it also has like a table of measurements, things like that, so you can learn how to convert, like how many inches is in 6 feet, that sort of thing. And I can just go on and on talking about these books because, as you can see, they are very useful. And I like to go back and look them over because you can always tell when I've had a particularly rough year because of how used the Almanac is. Like you see 2020, he's looking pretty rough. But this 2017 one, Lord, the cover had come clean off that one. No, this is the 2018. That was a rough year, that 2018. I was going through a few things then. But this is the 2019. This is last year. I was very hopeful coming into 2019. But this is one of my favorites. It's the 2017, celebrating the 225 years. So I'm not going to bore you. But again, it's me, Cleopatra Wallace. And if you have not liked or subscribed to my channel, you should do so because who knows what's going to happen next.